Hey guys, this is Terrence Thomas, Physical Excellence Coaching. I want to take a couple of minutes to talk about a mindset or a meme or a thought process that is pretty much running rampant through the entire health, fitness, weight loss, bodybuilding, diet industry as a whole. Now, what a meme is essentially a thought process or a mental construct that permeates through a collective group, society, whatever. So if you want to read more about it, read the book Viruses of the Mind. But it's a thought process that almost acts like a cold. Just like you can catch a cold from someone, you can catch a meme from someone or a group, depending on how you interact with the group. So I want to talk about this idea of why the thought itself of eating clean can be a problem. Why this whole idea can cause problems and does cause problems in a lot of individuals. Now, before I get into my explanation, let me just make this point. I am not here hating on any group, individual, or whatever. My entire intention for communicating this is to foster growth through the health, fitness, bodybuilding, physique athletes industry and increase consciousness as a whole. I believe that in order for anything to progress, you have to question it. You have to conduct an inquiry. You have to reflect and take what we call an altitude view of whatever it is that you're wanting to improve. So this is what the purpose of this communication is. So with that being said, here's the point. Why are we even making the distinction between eating clean versus eating whatever, eating dirty, if you will? I believe that as soon as you start creating these polarities, or over here is eating clean versus over here is not, you automatically create a dynamic of mental pathology. This is how the mind works. Let me explain something. The mind has a infinite ability to bullshit itself. Okay? If I walked up to you and pushed you for no reason, what would your instinctive reaction would be? It would be to push me back. What happens if I take a rubber band and I pull it? It's going to snap back. Okay, that's a very simplistic metaphysical analogy of how the mind works. Anytime you create a polarity in any dynamic, the opposite is going to happen. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So when you have this idea of eating clean versus not, you're automatically, for lack of a better term, you're essentially buying into an eating disorder. I mean, it's not like anorexia or bulimia, but it's the same metaphysical polarity. You understand what I'm saying? I hope this is making sense, because this is huge. Anytime you create these polarities, it creates struggle within the mind, and then eventually that's going to create struggles in your body. It's going to create struggles when you're making decisions in terms of your lifestyle. Okay? Anytime you're on a diet, it's not going to last, because the whole idea and concept of a diet is based on willpower, and as you know, willpower is a finite entity, which means that eventually it will run out. So the idea of this concept of eating clean from a mental, psychological, metaphysical perspective creates problems because of this reason. So why are we making a distinction? The last time I checked, the human body, and we're designed to eat real food anyway. So this idea of eating clean is almost making it okay to eat crap. I mean, it is okay if you want to suffer the consequences of eating something that your body is not designed to digest. But I'm here to be the cheerleader and say that we can play a better game. How about not even making the distinction? It's either you're eating food or you're eating garbage. Okay? Obviously, we know what happens when people eat garbage, and we know what happens when people eat real food. So I think just by changing the language that we use, it's going to create a new meme and say, hey, you're eating well. I see you're eating well because you look well, as opposed to, oh, this guy's not eating clean because it just creates, you're just stirring the pot of shit. You're just stirring it around. You're not cleaning it out. You're just stirring it. Okay. I hope this is making sense, because this is really important. So divorce the idea of eating clean and eat clean all the time. Okay, if you're still of the mindset, and this statement, what I'm about to say, is more for physique athletes. If you're still of that mindset that you need to bulk up, that's dinosaur archaic, an archaic approach. If you're interested at all in being a professional physique athlete, you know that there is no off season. There's no time to bulk up because you'll go broke, because the time that you're doing photo shoots and presentations, you don't have time to get fat. Yes, certain people, they gain a little bit of weight, but if you notice, no one's getting obese in the off season anymore. I mean, they are, but eventually they're going to pay the consequence. You need to have quality year round, which means that at a certain level you have to eat real food and make sure your quality of food is good year round. So that is my point. In order to, because, all right, here's the other little elephant in the room. We all know that the bodybuilding and physique and aesthetic part of fitness it influences the rest of society. Think about the way most exercise programs that are sold commercially are geared towards. It's geared towards aesthetics and looking good and bodybuilding, physique, chest, shoulders, triceps, body parts, and things like that. So the physique-oriented approach is very much the common meme in society. So we have the influence on what the masses will gravitate towards. So it's our responsibility to make sure that we're taking people this way rather than backwards or staying the status quo, because I believe that we can do better than that. So this is the whole idea. So eat clean, eat quality whole foods, and it's going to allow you to get steady gains all the time. Okay, what's going to make the difference between you being not pre-contest versus pre-contest is how many calories you take in, what you do with your training and supplementation. But if you're eating real food all the time, that's going to solve most of your problems. So divorce the idea of eating clean and watch the magic happen. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Take care.